keep going. Yeah. Let's just get
Hey,
into it
ladies and
because,
gentlemen,
this was
it's a drop.
2 hours long.
It's the Drop to a Hole podcast. We're back at it again. This time with the PWG Steen Wolf 2011. I got myself up here in the top left quadrant. I believe that's what it is for me. It might be different.
Oh, yeah. No, top left. You're right.
I'm Kaufman. Hello, I'm over here. I got Cheeseman on video to my
To my right.
and
I am
below
the
me we
top
got
guy.
Anthony, and over here we got Darrell. I don't know if that synced up, but maybe it did.
Here's a
We
joke
got,
about bottoming that I could make, but I'm not going to.
We're not going to because we got to get through this quick. Because why?
Okay,
Anthony?
hey, I didn't mean to speed up that much, Coffin, because you're like on 1.5 speed right now. Anyways,
You gave me an assignment. You
so
said
that's a good point. The ever vigilant and reliable Kaufman. What are you eating, Cheeseman?
Blank steak.
Oh, okay.
You already eating dinner?
That's really rant. You know what? Let him. I've eaten many a
I mean,
times.
hell
here.
yeah, but so early.
Also, I just want to say up front, we are not doing the Joey Ryan match because it was gross and I couldn't get through it. So,
and we're cool with that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the other three wrestlers were really good. So, then that's all I'm going to say about that. Overall, I think you Kaufman picked a good one. I was entertained the whole goddamn time.
It was fun to revisit this era of like indie wrestling because like there's so many tropes that were like just being born at this time in independent wrestling.
I am so tired of hearing the chant "You sick fuck."
No,
it has zero meaning. And I'm gonna tell you this: the smelliest, neck-beardiest motherfuckers are always the one who chant that. Every goddamn time I've been in an indie show, it's the same people who you can tell do not get laid. I'm spicy today. I might drop a pipe bomb of my own. Yeah.
Here in 2011, these chants, these points in these matches, these like little comedy bits, they're fresh, and they wouldn't start becoming stale until like 5 or so years after this.
You know what they didn't do that I was surprised about? We didn't get one fall or any like 2 count stuff. We didn't get any of that stuff.
No too sweet quite yet.
Oh no, but no, because look at what the Young Bucks were doing. They were not too sweet in a way.
No, but we're here in the PWG arena. There's like 600 people here. It's sick. Like there are 2 cameras for this entire event. It's very different than anything we've recorded. I mean, we've watched through so far. Which is kind of the fun of going away from WWE for a little bit, like we have for the past month or so. And I'm glad that we've gone all the way down to this level, which like PWG was super, super like well known at the time, and like people sought after these.
It's
shows.
A well-known niche thing somehow. Well known, but also niche.
But it's still like 600 people. So it's
and you know who was watching? Triple H.
Yes, he was. He was grinding this tape. Because there's a lot of people on this that you'll come to know and love in Black and Gold NXT era.
Some of them are still on.
Some of them are still on the show. You're right. We start off with this 6-man tag between Freddie Bravo, Pete Avalon, Ray Rosas, and they're taking on Chris Cadillac, Candice LeRae, and
I need to talk about Chris Cadillac because his name is spelled Cadillac with a K.
Yes, sir.
And it bothers me, but I get it. 4 of these guys were debuting, by the way. Yep. Cadillac, Rojas, Bravo, Dino Bravo, as Kevin Owens kept calling him. And who was the other one that oh shit, I'm blanking.
Avalon.
Was it? Yeah.
No.
Avalon had been in
PWG.
Famous B.
Famous B was the other one. Yeah. Candice and does he go by Pretty Peter Avalon now? Because I think he grew out his hair too, and he wears the robe, and the ongoing trope of ugly men calling themselves gorgeous, pretty, or handsome, or beautiful. Oh boy, these dogs. Darrell, I retract every statement I've said about Precious, and I apply them all to these men.
I was waiting on the day that you were gonna, yeah,
That I
Well,
was gonna like repent my sins for calling
yeah.
Precious a dog, for being a
Tell me
California
what.
2 and a Texas 10.
Every time we
Yeah.
watch fucking NWA, WCW shit, and she is
Hey,
on
that's
screen,
not
saying
my fault.
Anthony.
That is
Oh
not my
man,
fault.
go ahead with the
Um,
match.
but yeah, Candice LeRae, she's still on the roster.
Yes.
Um,
mm-hmm.
she, unfortunately, she in PWG, she does have some of her best matches are alongside Joey Ryan. Um, but also Kevin Owens it was fantastic on commentary, and I learned something about Candice LeRae that I did not know immediately. She has a vagina.
They made a point. And don't worry, neckbeards. This is the only vagina you have to deal with on this entire show.
Holy shit, that is 1,000% right.
Ooh, well, if they watch the next one, it's not gonna be the case. But go
Oh,
ahead.
Darrell's been telling me, and it's gonna be enraging for some folks. No, don't worry. I know we have cool people listening. You guys get laid. It's okay. I know at least one of you out there who has kids, so at least twice, right? Anyways, we should talk about Excalibur right off the bat.
Mhm.
Darrell, do you want to do it?
Okay, so Cheese made a comment in our group chat about Excalibur, saying,
World
"Where
coming
was
to an
this
end?
Excalibur
Yeah.
at?" And I have a
He
take
was
about
sharp,
Excalibur.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
Excalibur.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
what I liked about this was that, and I hate what they did with him in AEW, because now in AEW, it's just talk, 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 talk,
He
and it's
does
just
not
like
shut up.
ruining the moments and stuff. Here, he does a good amount of that, but it's not like he's not like randomly bringing up shit that doesn't matter. He'll have like random like sentences and stuff, but it's like he's enthralled in the moment. He's enjoying the match. His exuberance really bleeds through, and it's fun to actually listen to him call the matches.
He has a real positive energy about like what he's actually talking about.
He really does.
And there's moments where he sounds like almost an Olympic commentator, like or
Yeah,
like a golf commentator, where he's like really quiet, but like
Frozen Kaufman.
Frozen Kaufman, but he's fine. He's back. I can hear him again.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah.
He's in it, but he's very reserved in
Again.
like this like reverent type way. Like he's very
Frozen Kaufman.
respectful of what's going on, and then he'll pop off and yell real loud.
He
think,
also just like really quickly. He
Mhm.
also is able to string together all these moves in a row really quickly, really efficiently, and
Mhm.
it's not annoying. He doesn't overdo it. He just says what happens and does not stay with it. He doesn't linger too long.
Mhm. I have a theory about Excalibur. I think even when you had, KO, Kevin Steen, whatever you want to call him, during this match, when you had
Steen Wolf.
when you had Rick Knox on commentary later on, or not Eddie Edwards, what's the other one he wrestles? David Richards or Chuck Taylor. He really shined to me in the matches where he was by himself, because I think he loves to hear himself talk more than anything. And in those matches, he was able to have conversations with himself. And I think, and like, I'm not even trying to be funny, I think his
No, you're not
conversations
wrong.
just flowed better, or his commentary flowed better, because that's his dream scenario as a commentator. Is just to ramble and go and go. And I mean, it worked.
There were points where it sounded like there was another person on commentary with him, with the way he was
I got fooled too.
I thought Chris Hero was on commentary and just sounded a lot like him, like, because that's what it felt like at points. But then it would
I
cut, and
also enjoyed how often
you'd see the commentary table in the back, and it's just Excalibur there with his mask on.
Yeah.
Also, I enjoyed the cussing. Not all the time, because sometimes I think in my commentary, cussing can, if you use it too often, it loses impact. But I think it was just enough.
I think it
Let's
fit
call
the
Kevin Owens a
era,
dick. That's what he is.
the era and the moment. Like, it fit
Yeah.
PWG.
Can I also talk? Let's just talk about Dino Bravo real quick. He was an illegal alien.
Freddie Bravo, you mean the reverse El Grande Americano?
Oh, the
Yes,
fucking the
yep,
American
yep,
fucking flag board
yep.
shorts, man.
Um,
Oh,
go,
shit.
go ahead.
He's got the American flag get up all over him, but as commentary points out, born in Mexico, raised in Mexico, and
What did they
immigrated.
say about him? They said they didn't say like illegal alien. They said that he was a unnatural. He wasn't a naturalized citizen
Yeah, it
or
was an
something like
unnaturalized.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, anyways, this match starts off with Rosas, which threw me off because I'm like, your name's not Rosa. This is confusing. You sound like you're a plural, but you're a single man.
And he
So
kept the
him
vest
and
on.
yeah, oh god, he had shitty gear. Okay, so these were the most indie looking people I've ever seen. Like buddy, they had it. They were all about that those little like neon greens and bright weird like color patterns, and it was fine. Um Anyways, so it's Rosas and Famous B. Um, they go back and forth to start. There's a few shoulder tackles, a leapfrog, a few arm drags, a Mexican style arm drag. You know how I know that? Because Owens told me that it's Mexican style because he grabbed him from the right arm. And they were trained by a man named Santino who was not Morella. They made sure to say that quite a bit. Um, So, anyways, B hits a backdrop and Rosas finally tags out, and here comes the illegal. He's tiny, he's fast. They start going for what looks like it's gonna be an international, but then he leg sweeps. He hits a leg sweep and then he hits a head scissors, and then he hits a drop quick and gets a drop kick. There you go, and goes for a quick two cover. You know, kind of doesn't really amount to much. B tags in Cadillac. He immediately starts laying it on Bravo. Throws him into the corner and hits like this. Cadillac was doing some really cool stuff because he hits his leg lariat, and then he gets onto the second rope and he does a diving stomp to the back of a sitting Bravo's head, and then he kind of all in one fluid motion then hits like a diving knee on the ground. Like this dude is for 11 minutes, they managed to pack in like a lot of shit. Um, so, anyways, Avalon gets tagged in. He eats a leg sweep. Cadillac goes for an elbow drop. He misses. And then Avalon starts doing the Booker T comeback. Um, and then he does it. He stops. He's going for a spinneroonie and he just flips off the crowd. It's great. He's playing up the heel thing wonderfully. Every time I see him, it looks like it's fucking Yanni wrestling, okay? Which I don't know if everybody here knows. I know you know who Yanni is, old man, but I don't know if the other two do. Um, he was a very like what did he play? Cheeseman, like a flute or some shit.
I think it's piano.
No, it was not a piano. It was some kind of a wind instrument, but he was like a soft rock, like you know, lay pipe on ladies kind of guy, on middle aged ladies. Yeah. So Candice tags in, and Excalibur says something that it's pretty troublesome right off the bat when he says that Peter Avalon has sexually harassed Candice in the ring many times.
yeah. I was like, what the fuck are we talking about, buddy?
And then I remembered what year it was.
It's 2011. We're not.
Yep.
We're being overt with it.
Yep. There was no something. This show 1000% lacked any kind of subtlety to it. Like there was none of it. In the matches, in the commentary, just everything. It's the most Kevin Steen show. So Peter goes for like a test of strength with Candice. She wins that test of strength, and according to Kevin, her gear is inspired by the Ninja Turtles, which could be true or a complete lie, knowing Kevin Owens. So Candice knocks him into the corner and starts like hammering him with elbows and fists. Avalon comes out of the corner, does a flare drop. Candice goes for a pinfall. You know, I wanted blood in this match. I kind of just wanted her to bleed. She's a really good bleeder. If you've ever seen a Candice LeRae match later on, like what, a few years after this, or like a year or so after this, when she's kind of tagging with Joey Ryan, there's a lot of her getting busted open. Anyways, it's a lot more of the same. She's the one on control, like who takes control. Um, she knocks him on his ass. He gets back up, goes for a clothesline. She ducks it. She rolls up. She rolls him up in like this weird sunset style pin. Then Rosas comes in, grabs her, and just takes her down by the hair. Like he just whips her. There's a lot of beating the hell out of Candice LeRae in this match. So Dino tags in next. He goes on the offensive. He starts to choke her on the middle ropes while the ref's not looking. Bravo tags in Avalon, and then he starts to beat her up. And then they start to choke her on the. He tags in Rosas again, and then Rosas is like choking her on the ground and also doing like a one-arm push-up while choking her while the ref's not looking. Again, abusing a woman as they do in 2011. So Bravo tags in. Then he does the same thing. He goes for a pin, but Cadillac breaks it up. Ref's distracted again, and this time Avalon and Bravo are choking Candice on the bottom rope. Avalon tags back in. He goes for a backdrop, but Candice counters it and then tags in Famous B. And then we get to this whole spot where Candice like does this diving DDT through the middle rope on the outside. And then B's like about to jump out. I put B because I'm not saying Famous B every fucking time. But Rosa catches him from like the bottom with a backbreaker. And then he gets hit with like a Pele kick by Cadillac. Cadillac dives outside over the top rope, where did you get that popsicle?
He summoned it.
Well, on my screen, it was just Kaufman, and then he teleported back in, and he just had a popsicle out of nowhere. What is he? He is so
cheese powers, man.
He's so like concentrated over there.
Can he even hear us?
I don't know.
I don't think Cheeseman can hear us.
Cheeseman, can you hear us?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, he's playing a bit. This asshole.
He just ignored
This
us.
asshole. Anyways, Famous B whips Rosas into the corner. And this is after Cadillac does his outside dive. But like when he gets whipped into the corner, he just shut up. He climbs it and goes to the top and just like also dives out from the top rope onto everybody. And then of course, Famous B is the last guy, and he also does a big dive over the top rope. I'm just gonna skip all the way to the end because there's a lot more of this shit. Oh, okay. I want to get to this spot. So, Bravo head scissors, Avalon. Right, that's a crazy way to start it. But like he does this head scissors to his own partner that like creates momentum and launches Avalon into Cadillac, like spearing him, and then Avalon grabs Cadillac out of the corner and he whips him back the opposite direction, and Rosas hits him with a spear. Pretty good shit, actually. I really like that spot. And then Candice hits a big German on Bravo. She hits another one to Rosas, and she's going for Avalon. He back elbows her, hits her with an enziguri, and then he goes for a leg lariat, but she ducks it and hits him with a balsplex. She just grabs his junk and suplexes him. And then the other two come in for a tope atomico and a frog splash, and they get the win. And that's 11 minutes. That is a long 11 minutes.
Meanwhile, in the middle of this, Excalibur and Kevin Owens are talking about words with friends.
Oh my God. When that, I have a note here about that. I spent hours on words with friends.
KO also hopes that this match doesn't turn into a beach fest, and Excalibur asks if he remembers the famous beach fest of '93, and then they don't say anything for a solid 30 seconds because they're just laughing.
Kevin Owens is a delight. That's I miss him currently. They desperately need him. but he's not around. I give this. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a flat 4. A 4. Non-bloody Candice LeRae's.
Yeah, you missed the spot where they did do a drop toe hold in this match.
Yes,
I did miss
we
that.
we got our namesake in there. It was a drop toe hold straight into the penis. I felt like that was very indicative of the podcast.
Is that a drop dick hold?
I gave it a cortado. You can figure out what that means.
I'll have to look that one up.
Well, no. You cannot do that to me. I don't know what that is.
He's not
it means
gonna explain
what
it.
mean.
I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was a good opener. I'm really, I have to look into more Chris Cadillac stuff after this match, man.
That was crazy, right?
He was baby low key. That's what he was moving like in there. He doesn't do much, but what he did do was pretty cool.
Well, considering that you've got 11 minutes and 6 wrestlers.
Yeah. Peter Avalon looked real good in this match, and I think this throughout the show with a couple of people. It is crazy. Like, I know it was a 7-year gap between this show and AEW performing, but it is crazy how like slower like the majority of the guys on this show were moving by the time 2018 comes around, because they don't like. Peter Avalon looks nothing like. I know he was a comedy wrestler in AEW, but he's not moving
bigger
like this.
between then and between this show and now, right? Like he bulked up,
but
and grew out his hair and looks crazy now.
Oh yeah, he looks real crazy. But like, yeah, I like this match. Candice looked great in this match. She's another one who I think is a casualty of what I was just talking about too. About like, I think she just slowed down a little bit, and she still does some crazy spots here and there. But unfortunately, I think her best years as an in-ring competitor are kind of like behind her, and I hate that because like she was so fucking good in PWG, and like I'm such a fan of her at this time. Like the stuff she was doing with Cedric Alexander, that match that they had is one of my favorite matches of all time. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for me with this one.
I'll give it a C+. All
right. Next match is TJ Perkins versus Rocky Romero. Chris, I think this one is yours.
Oh, TJ.
That is mine. They, I believe at this point, I think they mentioned their former tag partners, and they're just beefing with each other now. But I think they only tag like a handful of times. I don't know. It's PWG. They just one match you're together, the next match you're facing each other. We get "Let's Go Rocky" and TJP chants to start. They do the circle the ring. They're ready for a fight. And they start off with like some chain wrestling, just trying to get control between the two. They're just trying to fight to get the upper hand. Rocky grounds TJP early. Perkins escapes, which then Rocky goes to shake his hand. But right as Perkins comes around to do it, he just spits direct. There's a lot of spitting in this show.
There's a lot of really good heel work, I guess, right?
True, yeah, I guess. I mean, because who likes to get spit on? Nobody.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. There are people.
For a different day.
Yeah, this is a rabbit hole I will dive into if you let me, so don't.
I mean, TJP then mounts Rocky in the corner.
Jesus Christ.
Until the ref separates them. Romero then takes advantage by laying in some punches. Got him real stiff in there. Throws Perkins to the other side of the ring and then grabs the ref. Referee, who's it, Knox, right? What's his first name? Rick Knox.
I always want to say Mike Knox.
No, that's the wrestler.
I know.
This is his brother. Let's see. He throws the ref into the corner, and TJP has to like dodge the ref incoming. And he has to duck out of the way of Rocky Romero doing an attack to him as well, and hops up to the middle rope, and the ref is trying to like walk over and give Rocky the business, saying like, hey, you can't be doing that now. And in the process, he stands directly next to Rocky and eats a crossbody from TJP. And so, I mean, like, this is a PWG ref, so he gets up immediately. He no-sells it. He's not going to stay around or stay down for an extended period of time. But quickly he like points at TJP and like, no. He's like, no, that was inadvertent. You're good. And I wrote LMAO.
So you were laughing your fucking ass off.
Yeah, because he pointed at TJP and goes like, "No, you're good," and then goes to Rocky and starts like jawing at him again.
Hey, I gotta ask you. I feel like you would remember Kaufman or Darrell or Cheeseman. I mean, any of you, because I don't. Why do we hate TJP again?
I think
he said some dumb shit or did some accusation things, right?
I think he's an anti-vaxxer. He got caught up in the speaking out thing. It was somewhere around that time period where one of those things.
No. I think you were right. I think it was anti-vaxxer. If he was a pervert, we would have known already.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't have talked about the match.
Yeah, that's true.
Quick side note.
That's the unfortunate thing about like this era of indie wrestling is like a lot of the guys and some of the girls too were like just shit people.
Hey, at least Michael Elgin wasn't on this show.
That's true.
What were we about to say, Cheese?
Yeah, you're gonna say something. That guy. Well, you had an aside.
Yeah. If being anti-vax is the worst thing ever, given the state of everything right now, do you think we can just welcome them kind of back in? It's like, you know what? I'm sure we can convince you like that.
I mean, we could just, yeah.
There are worse things to be mad
There
at.
are far worse
things.
We'll
see what happens in about 2.5 hours.
Like, you know what? We'll convince you or you'll die soon anyway. Just come back in. It's fine. We don't care enough anymore.
I guess, look, as long as you're not licking microphones like Rudy Gobert, I guess.
Yeah, dick.
Anyway. By the way, this podcast hates Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert, patient zero. That stupid Frenchman son of a bitch.
Rudy Gobert. Who was the other dumbass? There was another dumbass who was. Oh, Nia Jax. That's the other dumbass. Ugh.
Wasn't Ricochet hosting COVID parties?
Fuck Ricochet.
Ricochet's just
you know what?
Garbage.
Save anything you have to say about Ricochet for a little later, because Darrell will have plenty, I'm sure.
Well, anyway, TJ Perkins tries to sunset flip Rocky Romero, but Rocky grabs onto the ref for leverage. So Knox, the referee, just chops Rocky and completes the sunset flip for a 2 count. TJ then rolls it over into the Boston Crab Samoa Joe style, and then grabs Romero's hands and locks in the reverse pendulum. It was crazy. I was like, I didn't know what I was looking at. I thought he was about to bink his head up against the bottom turnbuckle there.
So the pendulum could either be that or like a sex move, and I'm glad it was that and not the sex move.
Well, TJP has Rocky in the tree of woe. It's the tree of woe. You hear somebody in the crowd yell. Rocky escapes it. TJ catches him with a suicide dive and puts him in the tree of woe again.
Spoiler, it was 2011 Larson at a PWG show.
I mean, it was probably a friendo. Honestly, that was when the Tree of Woe was like.
I have a friend who was at this show named Justin. I told him we were covering this. He lives out there, and he was a big PW. Asshole has a whole bunch of genuine merch.
Was he the one dressed up as the Heath Ledger Joker?
No, but in my head, that's not what I thought of, Kaufman. I thought of Creed Bratton, like as the first person from The Office instead. Like, why did I think that?
Like him.
Yeah. Bunch of weirdos. No offense to the weirdos.
There's so many interesting figures in the crowd. Like,
hey, at least there wasn't a dude at the front with a green shirt.
That's true.
Or Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, look at you with your popsicle. Calvin, go ahead. Sorry.
Let's see. Where were we? By this point in the match, Rocky Romero gets control again, uses a drop toe hold. There we go. That's us. Like sound the sirens. He wraps TJP's leg around the rope, hits the like lifting knee drop thing from the video games, like Triple H always had in his move package, and then does the spinning toe hold right after. Let's see. TJ tries to get free, and Romero locks in a trailer hitch, is what Excalibur called it. It was just kind of like a grapevine prism lock, if you're familiar with Rhea Ripley's submission.
That is a great name for It's a great white trash name.
Yeah, trailer hitch. It's so great for the move specifically too.
Yes.
They get a rope break, and then Rocky locks in a chin lock like he's trying to get signed by the Fed. Like he sits in a chin lock for like a minute, and this crowd hates it.
Randy. God.
Let's see. Rocky then locks in a gory special, and then TJ escapes, and they start running the ropes, and they do a double tranquilo spot. They both hang themselves up in the ropes, a la Andrade Almas in NXT, and then Rocky gets mad because that's his thing. Let's see.
How many Almases, Cheeseman? How many Almases? Come on. Cheese man.
Oh, I heard
Fondo
you.
Almases.
How many Almases?
5.
Cien, you idiot. 100.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear that.
That's like you just gave me an 11 response. Kaufman knows what that is. 11.
Mm-hmm.
I only know one. Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever. Just go.
Listening, people. I'm watching the end of the world have it play out on live television right now.
Oh, well, that's shut. All right. Anyways, well, you can text me on the side later.
This is my fault.
Oh, shut up. Anyways. Guys,
So
world,
TJP goes for a apron spear, but what's his name gets it? Rocky Romero gets out of the way, and Rocky thinks he's been sent to the floor, but TJ's still on the apron, goes near the corner, and does a springboard drop kick that absolutely obliterates Rocky Romero in the head. Like it got in there. Ouch. Let's see. TJ then reverses a tilt-a-whirl into like a combo that he ends with a high kick. He rolls through a schoolboy and hits a drop kick to Rocky's head. And then he does like an ankle pick into an ankle lock for a rope break. Rocky Romero fights back with an enziguri.
Did we get the spot where TJ goes for a kick, Rocky catches the kick, and then in like an instant, like a flash of a second, TJP like rolls him up, locks him into an ankle lock with a grapevine and all.
That was the spot.
That was that. Okay, that was that spot. Okay, yeah. That was I had to rewind that twice to like really look at it for a second. Because if you
understand what the hell was happening,
you could have fooled me and told me that Rocky threw the kick, even though he never threw the kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, he caught him good there and wrapped that in snug, but it goes for a rope break. Rocky hits a tornado DDT and some chest kicks. Goes for a big one, but TJ cuts it off with a super kick and then a pop-up powerbomb. Then he hits a like GTS Pele kick combo. Like instead of doing the knee, he falls back and does the Pele kick, and I think that was supposed to be the finish because the ref goes to count 3, but then stops himself and says Rocky kicked out, but he clearly didn't. So we get some "you fucked up" chants. TJ looks pissed. He sets up and misses the 450, and Rocky hits a knee for 2, and then they roll around a little bit with some reverses until Rocky has TJ in an ankle lock, and then TJ transitions it into a cloverleaf for the W. I don't think.
Hang on, before you get the rating, I have a genuine question. Was Rick Knox the only official the whole night? Because he's the only one I remember seeing.
No, there was another one because Knox was on commentary at one point, and there was an official in that match.
Okay.
The commentary was weird.
Oh yeah. This match was pretty cool. Like gave it a Starbucks cappuccino because I feel like there were some spots that they fucked up at, but it still did pretty good for what it needed to be.
Those fucked up spots are the equivalent of burned coffee beans?
Essentially, yes.
Yes, that's what I figured it would be.
I think I might be going back to numbers soon because I'm getting tired of this shit.
Hey, you know what? No, don't go back to numbers. Switch to like a whole other different thing. Like
I'm just gonna just say it's a random thing. Like
Kaufman, I'm surprised that you that you made it a month with that, to be honest with you, because I was trying to figure out how many different coffees you're going to be able to come up with.
Well, there's been at least 5 matches per show. So you got at least 25 or so down. So
You never got
Yeah, I
a filter.
reused some of them because some of them were like, they fit multiple matches. But, at this point, I'm like, God damn, like, is it a fucking hotel coffee? Is it a ground coffee? Who the fuck cares? Like, God damn.
So I think what you should do, just to keep in some sort of theme, every month is a different set of food items. Just keep yourself fresh, like one day it's a scone or a chocolate croissant, other days it's a fruitcake. Ooh, sometimes it's a Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Oh,
right?
Even better.
Yeah. I think I realized this but like halfway through the show. I probably wasn't going to give anything under 3 stars or 3, whatever I choose to give it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to give this exactly because of the bots, 3 you fucked ups. Also,
I
love that leg lyric.
I have an alternate opinion here. I do not like Rocky Romero and TJ Perkins at all. I've tried with Rocky Romero and TJ Perkins, like genuinely, like throughout multiple companies. I just can't get into them. I thought the match was fine for what it was, but the TJ Perkins and Rocky Romero tax, like 4.5 out of 10.
I always, I forgot. When you said 4.5, I'm like, that's really high. And then I remembered you were at a 10 scale.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
Also, real quick about Rocky. Every time I hear him, I just assume it's a New Japan event. Fair. Like every time I see him on a card, all the time.
He's New Japan All-Star. Like he is
right?
He's like that he's New Japan's Dirk Nowitzki. Like, goddamn, you're still playing on that team too? Like,
I always thought that Tama Tonga was gonna end up being that.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't. He dragged Tonga Loa over with him for the better.
He's going to be the Dwayne Wade of it. He's going to have like an okay run in Chicago for a second and then go somewhere else and be terrible and then go right back to New Japan to finish it out.
I know you don't. I know you didn't, Darrell, but I did. I forgot that Dwayne Wade was in Chicago.
I do not, because Pat Riley's cheap at. Nope. Cheese, what's your rating?
No.
I'm not doing it. Nope.
Darrell, I'm sorry. I gave you so much stuff that you had to edit out.
Oh, jeez. Look, I'll edit it next Tuesday, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I'll give it a C+.
All right. Moving on to the next match. We get the Fighting Taylor boys, which is Ryan Taylor and Brian Cage Taylor, who apparently Brian Cage was a brother, but he wasn't. Don't really know what was going on with that. They were
down with the brothers and the sisters, Darrell.
What would you say, Anthony?
Was he down with the brothers and the sisters?
Oh my god!
It was jarring seeing Brian Cage look the way he did.
Oh, this is before he really hit the needle. Like he was on it, but this is before he like got on.
He wasn't on a Ryback cycle or a Triple H cycle or a
he's about to be.
Robo Anthony.
Oh, Robo Anthony. But
he's got muscles on muscles for like the last few years.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, it's Brian Cage Taylor and Ryan Taylor, accompanied by Chuck Taylor. How many times am I going to say Taylor this match? I don't know. They're fighting the Rock Nest Monsters, which is Johnny Goodtime, and I think Johnny Yuma is his name, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Johnny Yuma.
Yeah, it's Johnny Yuma and Johnny Goodtime.
I've never seen 3 of the 4 people in this match wrestle before. I was impressed with 3 of the 4 people in this match. Of course, Brian Cage. Yuma was, I was like, I'll get into the match.
Look,
Brian Cage Taylor and Johnny Goodtime start the match. Goodtime catches Cage with the head scissors and a drop kick.
Please do not call him Brian Cage Taylor every time.
I'm not gonna call him. I'm calling him Cage.
Call him BCT. No, call him BCT, please.
I'm not calling him that. Damn it, I'm not remembering that. Then Goodtime catches Brian Cage with a double punch, which was just a double axe handle, but whatever, like a forward double axe handle rabbit punch thing. Then
Kaufman,
Good
make a note.
Time.
We need to invent the double heart punch. Just make a note.
Good Time hits Cage with a nasty chop. Good Time gets caught by Cage with a nasty like hip toss backbreaker. I made a note. I'll get to it later. Then Cage tags Ryan Taylor in, who I've never watched wrestle before as well. Just one of the three people. But Ryan Taylor gets hit with like a drop toe hold from Good Time, which got a pop out of me, of course. Good Time then picks up Taylor and hits him with a backbreaker while dropping his leg on Cage's back. And then Good Time goes and he stretches Ryan on his back. Like he stretches Ryan over his knee and then locks Cage in a chin lock. So it's like a little double rest hold submission, which I thought was pretty cool.
He like sandwiches his knee between them.
Yeah. Then Yuma tags in and immediately gets rocked by Ryan Taylor forearm punch combo, which I thought was pretty cool. Yuma slaps Ryan. They had a little back and forth after that, and then Yuma slapped the hell out of Ryan. Then Yuma catches Ryan Taylor with that strike combo that he hit. I'm like, what in the fuck am I watching? I'm like, yeah, this Yuma dude ain't getting over with me, brother.
Where his strikes as sharp as Shane McMahon's.
Yeah. Then Ryan Taylor catches Yuma with a spinning gut kick, which I thought was pretty stiff there. Ryan goes to whip Yuma into the ropes before he can. Good Time tags in. Yuma reverses the whip and then sends Ryan into a drop kick into the knees from Good Time. Yuma and Good Time then catch Ryan with the rope hung crossbody and leg drop to the back. Then they hit this like flurry of like rope hung leg drops and big boots like over and over and over again. Then Chuck Taylor gets in the ring to stop the attack, and I look up and I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then I look at his face, I'm like, oh, it's Chuck Taylor, okay. Because I forgot he was ringside. Then Good Time was going to the top rope, but he gets cut off by Cage. Yuma stops Cage from cutting off Good Time, but Cage sends Yuma into the crowd. He like kicks him off and sends him into the crowd. And then Good Time like puts a boot in the fucking Brian Cage's chest, and Brian Cage just goes into the ring apron, which was pretty nasty. But this gives Ryan Taylor time to recover, and he tosses Good Time to the apron back first, which was pretty nasty. Ryan then tags in Cage. They whip Good Time into the corner where he's sitting at Cage's knees. Then he's caught with a spinning gut kick from Ryan Taylor. Then he's lifted up by Cage, where he's then F5'd into Ryan's knees because Ryan's still on the ground with his knees up. Yuma's able to break up the pin. I'm guessing that's their tag team finish or whatever. Brian Cage hits a snap suplex for 2. Good Time tries to fight back with some kicks, but Brian Cage catches one of them and hits Good Time with the powerbomb backbreaker. And that move reminded me, like, I don't know if y'all have ever played the M. Dickey wrestling games before, but Brian Cage wrestles like an M. Dickey character. Like, he really does. Like, all those wrestling move combos that he does.
Jesus, that is
like the high flying shit that he does. He is legit. Like, if you made a 99 everything character on fucking M. Dickey. Hold up, I lost my spot. Okay, there we go. Good Time then catches a hard whip into the corner. Ryan Taylor tags in and tells Good Time to slow it down, puts him in a rest hold. Good Time is able to fight out the submission and tries to sunset flip Ryan, but catches a stiff punch to the face. I thought that was a pretty cool spot. Ryan then stood over Good Time to taunt, which allowed Good Time to recover and catch Ryan with a seated sunset flip powerbomb thing, which I thought was real cool because I'm like, how the fuck did they pull that off with no forward momentum? I thought that was great.
And there is one spot coming up that I cannot wait to talk about.
Then Good Time is able to finally tag Yuma back into the ring because Good Time was in that ring for about 5 or 6 minutes getting his ass beat. Yuma finally gets back in the ring. He drop kicks Cage to the knees after Cage tries to run in. Then Yuma catches Ryan with the head scissors to send him out of the ring. Then he hits Cage with like this full body clothesline thing to send him out of the ring. Then Yuma hits Cage and Ryan with the stage dive off the top rope, coffin drop, whatever you want to call it. So then this spot here, Cage tries to, so Yuma gets back in the ring and he's getting ready to hit Ryan with some type of springboard move, but Cage tries to cut him off. This leads to Yuma slapping Cage in the back of the head and trying to catch him with the Hurricane Rana. But Cage is able to catch Yuma, tries to powerbomb him down to the floor, but Yuma is able to hold on to the ropes. But Ryan gets back up. He catches Yuma with a nasty head kick, and then Cage power bombs Yuma into the chairs on the outside. I'm like, holy shit. I'm fucking hyped at this point.
Mike Awesome style.
Yeah. Right next to the dude in the Heath Ledger get up too.
Yeah. Then Ryan tries to charge Johnny Goodtime, but Goodtime sends him outside of the ring. Goodtime rolls through the ropes and catches Cage with the suicide dive to the outside. Well, he gets back in the ring, rolls into the ropes from one side, hits Cage with the suicide dive to the other side. Then he does a tope con heel to Ryan on the other side of the ring. Then Goodtime gets Yuma up and into the ring, but of course Yuma's still fucking out of it at this point. Cage was about to hit Cage gets Goodtime up on his shoulders. Ryan looked like he was about to, I don't know what he was about to do to Johnny Goodtime, but Yuma catches Ryan with the tornado DDT. Then Goodtime Hurricane Rana's Cage into the ring apron. That looked a little sloppy because Cage was like, there's no room ringside during these PWG shows, so they don't really have room to do too much, especially when the fans are moving the fuck out of the way. So Goodtime then tries to hit Cage with the German suplex on the outside, but Cage reverses and then sends Goodtime into the chairs with the German suplex.
They have Cage, like maybe like 2 feet of space outside to move, and like a really, really thin like wrestling mat around the ring. Yeah, it's
if it's even there.
If it's even there.
I'm about to say there's no fucking mat around that damn ring. Cage then gets in the ring, he gets the tag, and then he hits Yuma with the GMSI called the Get Money Sucker Inc., which is just a pump it's a pump handle sit out face buster for a 2 count. One of the dumbest moves to a wrestling move, names to a wrestling move I've ever heard in my life, but hey, whatever.
I love it because it's dumb.
Cage then tries to hit Yuma with the Weapon X, but Goodtime gets back in the ring and hits Cage with an insecurity.
He's such a Wolverine stan.
Oh, for sure. Yuma uses Cage getting stunned to lock Cage into a tarantula. So Cage stumbles to the ropes and he locks him into a tarantula. I thought this was also a cool spot. Ryan gets in the ring to try to stop the tarantula, but he gets cut off by Goodtime. Goodtime grabs Ryan and makes him spear Brian Cage while he's in the tarantula, which looked dumb as hell, but it got me. It got a good chuckle out of me.
And bicycle kicked him too.
Yeah, Goodtime hits Cage with a nasty bicycle kick while he's in the tarantula, which I really liked.
Real quick, everybody remember there is a difference between a bicycle kick, a big boot, and a pump kick.
Yes,
because I feel like some people do not understand that.
Yuma goes to the pin, gets a 2 count. Goodtime tags in and then goes for a frog splash, but Cage catches him gets his knees up, knees to the gut. Then Ryan Taylor gets in the ring and gets Goodtime in a powerbomb position while he's still on Cage's knees, which was cool. And then Cage lifts his knees up to get him up, and then Ryan does a Canadian destroyer to Goodtime.
So it looks like he's doing what is that move that where you kind of like you lock your legs in, you grab their shoulders, and you lift them into the air. No, Danielson used to do it all the time, and then he would pull it into like a dragon sleeper.
Oh, and he would do the
you know
cat mutilation. I know what you're talking about, though.
No, you know what I'm talking about. But so he kind of sets him up like, yes. He's kind of setting him up like he's gonna do a surfboard, but no, it's like hey, I'm helping you do a destroyer.
Yuma breaks the pin up at 2.9. Ryan tags in. Looks like Cage and him were going for a big move, but Yuma fights out. So then Ryan and Cage are on opposite sides of each other. Brian Cage goes for like a discus lariat or forearm, I don't know, and I believe Yuma ducks it, and Ryan goes for a roundhouse kick, but the timing of it was kind of off because Ryan doesn't do the roundhouse kick until he ducks, which makes it look like he kicked him on purpose. But I guess they were trying to set up a spot where they were going to hit each other at the same time. But the kick connects with Cage on accident. Yuma catches Ryan with the stunner and then catches Cage with the X Factor. Then Yuma attempts a running something at Ryan, but he reverses out of the way. Ryan's in the corner at this point. Then Ryan uses his legs to prop Yuma up on the top rope, which was pretty cool. Ryan catches Yuma with the nasty roundhouse kick while Yuma is on the top rope. Then he hits Yuma with the huge pump kick in the corner. Ryan's legs, but when he does the pump kick, Ryan's legs get caught up in the rope. And Good Time was still the legal man all of this time. Yuma hadn't tagged back in. But PWG doesn't have normal tag team rules, of course, so there's no count out there. So Good Time is able to get back in the ring. He rolls up Ryan Taylor. They get the victory. Rock Nest Monsters win. I gave this match a 7 out of 10. I liked a lot of the hot spots in the match. It was entertaining. I'm a big Ryan Taylor fan now. Obviously, I love PWG Brian Cage. I like Johnny Goodtime. Johnny Yuma was kind of for me. But he did a good job of selling, so I'll give him that. But yeah, I like this match a lot.
Yeah, Ryan Taylor would go on to wrestle in WWE as Russ Taylor, where he teamed up with Randy Taylor in a squash match in 2019 against the Viking Raiders.
Oh, okay.
Oh. You mean the Viking experience?
The only thing he did in WWE on the show that I can find.
Gotcha.
Huh. I'll give it 4 4.25 Taylors.
Gotcha. Chris?
I gave it a good black coffee.
Okay. Cheese?
And I give it a C+.
Have you gone over a C+ yet?
Nope. Haven't gone beneath one either.
Hey man, he's got high standards.
Next match is Willie Mack versus Davey Richards and Chris.
Willie Mack was over.
No. Cheese, you have this match.
Yeah, I did, because I love Willie Mack. I love me some Willie Mack.
Yes, sir.
He should have been main eventing more things. He's great. The dude lived everyone's dream, you know? He was a fan that worked his way into a PWG show, and he showed out.
Yep. This was his this was like one of his first like PWG matches overall, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. And against Davey Richards, who is very underrated, I feel like. He sure as hell was a lot better than Ed Edwards. What the hell call was that, So we get a nice show of respect between the two with a good handshake. And we start with basically a good feeling out process for both, especially since it's Willie Mack's first match. So you get rest holds, the test of strength. You get an ankle lock early from Richards, but the crowd is avidly behind both men. The test of strength was great because Willie had the advantage, and then Davey had the advantage, and then they break. So we just call it a draw. Nobody wins. Everybody loses. Willie Mack is definitely a thick man. He is not a fit man, but he is agile as all get out in this match. And it's one of those things you just love to see, where it's like, you just look at someone and it's like, oh, there's no way. And then they just start doing all this shit. And it's
I mean, you give me that body type 9 days out of the week. 9 days out of the 7-day week.
Exactly. I would love that too. If I could move like how he does, have the stamina that he does. We get blind over the top rope. Max sweeps the leg out of the apron, and then they get launched into the crowd with a nice Richards Irish whips Mac to the ring, but he jumps over the apron, bounces off the ropes, and hits a nice running clothesline. A good turnbuckle kick from Davey Richards, and we're back in the crowd fighting again. This was a fun spot for me when Davey Richards was kicking Willie Mack around the ring. Like he lined him up, gave him a kick. Then they walked to a different part of the ring, lined him up outside of the ring in front of the crowd, lined him up, kicked. Then they walked to the next part, lined him up and kicked. I thought that was funny. We got some punchoos thrown. I spelt punchoos, not punches. Nice drop kick for Davey. We get a bunch of super kicks, and then at one point Willie starts hulking up because Davey is running away with this, and then next thing you know, after I think it was a top rope suplex from Davey Richards. I think is what it was. Willie Mack just gets right up, and he's just powering up, and he has great facial expressions the whole time.
Woke him up.
Oh yeah, he was macking up. He was macking tonight. Everybody tonight. McDonald's. He hits with super kicks. He hits a nice Russian leg sweep, a big clothesline after a lot of slaps were being thrown, and then he gets up. He gets up for a standing leg drop. He got way up. But Davey comes back, hits a corner kick and a running elbow. Willie Mack goes for the top turnbuckle drop kick. Davey meets him there though. And after headbutts, we get Davey with a top rope suplex. That's when he got amped up. I'm sorry, I skipped around. With a huge enziguri and then a big exploder. We're winding down to the end here because then Davey locks in the ankle lock a few times. But Willie manages to escape. He hits a Samoan drop and then he hits a standing moonsault. But unfortunately, Davey rolls through and locks in the ankle lock again. But Willie rolls through out of that. Then Richards hits a nice suplex, goes to the top, hits a double stomp. Then for the final sequence, suplex, not a huge running kick and a pin. Davey Richards wins. And after the match, Richards gets on the mic and cuts a promo, talks about how long he had been wrestling, and how hard it is to earn people's respect. He talks about how Willie started as a fan and how when you start as a fan and you get into wrestling, it's almost impossible to get the respect of wrestlers because they're obviously going to think this guy just thinks it's so easy. But he said, Willie, tonight you definitely earned my respect. And quite frankly, he earned everyone's respect there. And the crowd was absolutely loving him. And I'm glad there was no heel turn segment or anything. He shook his hand and then immediately left the ring and let Willie have his moment. So I give this match an absolute A-, given that it was Willie Mack's basically his debut. And again, I just can't talk about how I wish he had become a bigger star because he was just outstanding to watch.
I mean, hey, he's 39. That's ripe for WWE's main event scene.
He
So
can still do it.
If he can get out of the AEW contract, then yeah, you go out there, end up being the NXT champion at 42, and then the sky's the limit.
Wait,
he could be a 2-time U.S. champion.
Yeah. Were you about to say, Anthony? Oh, is it robotic Anthony?
No, he's muted.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's not. I was leaving the building.
Okay. See? I gave this
remember,
match.
I'm coming to you live from the streets of Austin, guys. Okay.
He's giving us an on the ground correspondence of Target.
Yeah, there you go. I gotta go buy a table.
What the fuck you getting a table for?
It's a patio table.
No,
not for that. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna put my neighbor through a table because we got beef.
Wait, what are you beefing with your neighbor about?
Well, we don't have beef. I'm just saying. That's all. I'm just saying. That's why I'm buying a table.
I gave this match a 7 out of 10. I love the pacing of this match. It was so different from everything else that was on the card up to this point. More of a technical match. Willie Mack working as the underdog, young wrestler, working from under. I liked it a lot. Yeah, 7 out of 10 for me.
I'm gonna follow. Oh, go ahead.
I gave it a vanilla caramel. It was very enjoyable.
Cool. I also give it 4.25. Same as the last 42-year-old opportunities.
All right, next we get in because we're skipping the Dynasty versus Los Luchas match.
Wait,
real quick on that. I started to write notes on it, and then I was like, let me remind myself again why we hate Joey Ryan, and then like within the first few.
well, before you do that,
I'm not taking any more.
I guess you're gonna remind us. Oh,
No. Within the first few sentences of reading that, I'm like, I'm not taking any more notes. I'm not rating this. So when y'all said like, let's skip it, okay, we're not going to talk about it beyond that.
No, we're not. But I will share a story instead of Joey Ryan because I met him at a Wrestle Circus show in Austin. This is like 2.5 years, maybe 3 years before anything came out. I also met Keith Lee, but anyways, at the same show. So I got a Joey Ryan shirt that day. I got a bunch of shirts. I got a shirt from like him. At the time, what's his name, Sammy Guevara, because he was popular then, and he's from the area. And also, I think Candice LeRae was there. Don't have that shirt anymore. But anyways, a few years later, I get to meet Kenny Omega and take a photo with him, right? Unfortunately, that photo will never see the light of day because it's got the Joey Ryan shirt on it.
No.
So the only way I can show it is if I crop it a certain way to where the shirt doesn't show and it's just Kenny shooting me in the head.
Do you need like me or Darrell to Photoshop that for you? And
actually, now I think about it, I could just make. Well, the good thing is it's just a black shirt. And of course, it was the Bullet Club style shirts because those were the big thing at the time.
Yeah, just change it to Melissa's Club or something like that.
And it also said King of Dong style, which is like in retrospect, yikes.
We really, you know what? It was literally in our face the whole time.
Literally, actually, yes, it was in your face. There was a dong in your face. Well, remember, we may not talk about the match. But
it was a good indie character until we realized it wasn't a character.
Exactly. Yeah. When you realize, when he sucks on that lollipop, that's because he's a pervert. And also, that led me to think, like, how many times has he gotten that lollipop stuck in his chest here?
Ew.
Like, I don't know why. No, we're not done.
Well, apologies to Scorpio Sky, Phoenix Star, and Zokray.
That's what I wanted to say as well.
Awesome. They were awesome.
Oh my god, Scorpio Sky was insanely great. I tried to, because look, we talked about Chris Benoit, all right? So I thought, you know what, we'll do this. And then, you know what? Nah. Somehow, some way, I'm a little more comfortable with talking about a murderer who's not here anymore than Joey Ryan.
You know why? That's why. It's because he's not here anymore. That's why it's easier.
Yeah. Because I think Joey Ryan has attempted multiple times to have, like, some form of a comeback.
Like, a promotion in Portland tried to bring him back in 2025, and, not even a week after they announced that, they canceled his flight to there and said, we're not bringing him in. Sorry, guys.
They working like Disney World or some shit.
Yeah, no, he was in another country, and he was running like a tour. You know how they have like the ship captains who stand at the top of like a little like boat tour?
Yeah.
That's essentially what he was doing. Or is doing. No. I think he was working for a cruise. Kaufman. Scribe.
I'm not I'm done talking about him. I'm ready to move on to Trevor Man Ricochet.
Before he was the pervert, he tried to be a gay man.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, before he became the pervert character, his character was that he was an outed gay man.
Yep.
2011.
Ryan Zane for illuminating that for me.
When are we going to do a Juggalo Championship Wrestling show?
Never.
We don't have to.
Absolutely never.
Now, see, here's the thing. Y'all have to if I do. I'm not going to though.
I'm
I
missing
never
it.
would.
I'm missing the episode.
I'll pick 2013 WWE
You
again.
don't have to do
I'll
that
even
again
pick
either.
2019.
He's using that
By the
as
way, you just
ransom.
presented
Look at that.
like you. It's funny because
Oh, this is mutually assured destruction right now. You pick Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I'm making us watch. I'm making us watch Baron Corbin eat the dog food.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Then I raise you a Hulk Hogan and Dixie Carter led TNA show.
Yeah, we get the Ricochet and Chuck Taylor as the sixth match of the night because we're not.
WF.
We're not. I know we eventually will, but not right now. Damn it. First of all, before I get into this match, Ricochet's hair.
Cameraman.
What in the fuck is going on here with the mohawk fade?
It's a man who's not letting it go.
Anyway, so before the match starts, they do the wrestler intros and Ricochet starts breakdancing, and I'm already getting pissed off. Because I'm like, all right, man, I get it, dog. Okay.
Hang on. I just have to point out, it's a battle of dem Kentucky boys. Kentucky represent.
Yeah, it was a Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. We are not the South.
He's from Paducah.
Yes, Kentucky is.
It is not the South. It is a very ambiguous area.
He's
No, you guys are the
Paducah.
South. You got to deal with it.
Be with those people. Come on.
You're
what
like
are you trying to say? Hold up.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Us people.
Fuck, asshole.
You do understand the other three people on the podcast are from the South.
Oh my God, we're all losers. We're all part of the fucking Confederacy.
Hey,
God damn it.
You speak for yourself. Ooh, well, wait, Darrell doesn't want to be part of the Confederacy.
I'm about to say,
But we are, because we're all
I don't
stuck
either.
here.
I don't either.
I think Darrell and I would not do well in the Confederacy. We wouldn't have a choice.
Oh, it's all falling apart, guys.
I mean, technically, if we were part of the Confederacy, Darrell and I would equal half a person.
Hell, probably not even that at that fucking point.
No, I was gonna say not even like barely.
Speaking of people who would, never mind. So to start this match, Ricochet and Chuck Taylor start jumping up. We're not getting into that. Nope. Ricochet and Chuck Taylor start jumping for the title belt because So at this point in the show, Excalibur pointed out a couple of times that, like, technically, if anybody pulled down the title belt, then they'd be the PWE champion, which did make sense because they were sanctioned.
But also, that is the most Kaufman chaos possible.
Yes, it is.
But
oh my God, can you imagine
if I had a Fed? That's what I'd do. I'm like,
throughout the night, like if somebody happens to catch it.
Like if I booked this show and I saw Ricochet and Chuck Taylor start this match the way they did, and that wasn't part of my plans, I'm giving them a raise that night. Like I'm saying, y'all get a bonus 500
on top speaking into the ref's
genius start.
Yeah,
you're calling the ref on the spot. You're like, hey man, change to the match. Right
change
now.
the match. Chuck Taylor bounces up and gets it.
So
no. You don't even pick one. You just say whoever climbs their legit first gets it.
Ricochet and Chuck Taylor start trying to jump for the belt, and they're letting each other do it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Real
whatever.
Quick, Kaufman would be responsible for the first shoot ladder match.
No, I would say whoever can get up there without a ladder first. Like the only people who can use a ladder are the people in the ladder match.
You can also like use. No. You can stack chairs. He said no using ladders.
Fair point.
True. I have a feeling Ricochet could have gotten that, and he did not jump as high as he could. Mm-hmm. Like at this point, he's like what 23 at this point, 22,
24.
His knees aren't completely toasted.
Excuse me. So you think the match is about to start, and like they start tying up, and like Ricochet gets on a knee, and Chuck tries to jump off of his knee to jump to get the belt, which I actually chuckled at.
He's like, no, I'm not done with the belt shit yet.
So then they finally get back in the ring and they tie up. Pretty good tie up sequence, good mat work to start the match. Ricochet rolls through an arm lock that Chuck Taylor puts on and catches Chuck Taylor with the kick to the face. Then they end up stepping back, tying up again. Ricochet is able to get Chuck Taylor's knuckles on the ground, holds them together, and then stomps both of his knuckles, which I thought was pretty cool too.
And then Excalibur starts having a conversation with himself. He goes,
no, I think wasn't it Rick Knox on commentary for this match?
Okay, there was.
Yeah, it was Rick Knox. Yeah.
Because I think Rick Knox said, "How will Chuck Taylor play Xbox Live?" And I think Excalibur corrects him, like, "You don't play Xbox. I mean, you play. It doesn't matter."
I actually have the quote here. He says, "How will Chuck Taylor play Xbox Live?" Well, you don't really play Xbox Live. You play on it. Good stuff.
So then Ricochet goes for
AEW stuff.
What were you about to say, Cheese?
I said still better than AEW stuff.
Oh, I mean, I watch AEW on mute when I watch that damn show whenever there's a match going on. Then Ricochet goes for a wheelbarrow arm drag, but Chuck cartwheels out of it. But then Ricochet hits him with the arm drag when Chuck starts to charge back in. Chuck hits Ricochet with a nasty drop kick double stomp combo. And then Chuck Taylor tells Ricochet to slow it down with the rest hold. But once Ricochet's able to get out of the rest hold, Ricochet hits Chuck with a nice enziguri. Then Ricochet locks Chuck in some, I forgot what the name of that damn submission is that he does. But it's like where he traps Chuck's arms in like behind him, and then he starts like mule kicking him in the back of the head over and over again. Ricochet then comes out of the corner to do a move, but Chuck counters it into a good tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And then Chuck tells him to slow it down again. But then they end up locking each other in the leg locks at the same time, which was pretty cool. Then, like, in order to get out of the leg lock, Chuck starts to bite Ricochet's feet. Then he puts Ricochet into another leg lock and bites his feet again, which made me call him a freak ass in the middle of this match. Then Chuck puts Ricochet in a nasty camel clutch. Ricochet's able to get out of that, hits Chuck with the cartwheel poison Rana, which was pretty cool. Chuck Taylor hits Ricochet with the good belly to belly out of the corner. Then Ricochet feeds to the corner. Chuck Taylor charges in, but Ricochet reverses. Ricochet goes for a move, but Chuck Taylor catches him with the back elbow in the corner. Then Chuck Taylor goes up to the top rope and tries to go for a moonsault, but Ricochet is able to move out of the way. And then Ricochet goes to the top rope and hits Chuck Taylor with the leaping cutter for a 2 count. Excalibur calls it a flying back elbow, and I'm like, brother, he clearly fucking went for a cutter there, but all right, man. Then Ricochet goes for that flatline that he always does, which usually leads into submission, but Chuck is able to reverse it and into the soul food, aka the eat defeat. Then Chuck goes for a clothesline, but Ricochet reverses it with the flatline into a moonsault for a 2 count, a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Ricochet is able to go up to the top, but Chuck gets back up before he's able to do the move and is able to fight him down. Ricochet kicks him away, but just as soon as Ricochet goes back up to the top and tries to go for a dive, Chuck catches him and tosses him down. Then Chuck hits Ricochet with the nasty like top rope lawn dart, turnbuckle lawn dart, which was pretty cool. Then Chuck hits a Uranagi into a seated super kick for a 2 count. Then they end up fighting to the ring apron. They trade suplex attempts. I believe Chuck gets Ricochet on the apron finally. Ricochet then hits an enziguri. Then like Ricochet tries to run, like walk off to go charge and do some attack to Chuck Taylor, but Chuck is able to grab Ricochet and hits him with the reverse DDT on the apron, which was pretty nasty. Then Chuck catches Ricochet with the baseball slide drop kick to the outside. Ricochet gets thrown back into the ring, and then Chuck's kind of walking around the ring trying to get himself together. And then Ricochet hits Chuck with the outside dive while he's trying to recover. These two do not let anything breathe during this match at all. They're just go. which is
Classic
crazy
PWG Ricochet.
because this match was 20 minutes and it did not feel like it to me. I'm like, hold on, I feel like y'all lied about the time, but apparently it was. So then Ricochet is outside doing the same thing that Chuck was doing, and this allows Chuck to get into the ring, get himself together. He hits Ricochet with the Tope con Hero. I yet again point this out. The Chuck Taylor that we get here and the Chuck Taylor you get in AEW with the best, that is not the same.
Way too different. Way
different. His knees and back had to be fucked by the time he gets to AEW, man.
Yes, they were.
Well, clearly.
Because Chuck does something even crazier next. Well, Ricochet does for sure. No, Chuck does. But Ricochet hits Chuck with the Hurricane Rana that sends him to the outside. After both of them get into the ring, then he hits Chuck with the Sasuke special, which is one of my favorite moves in wrestling to this day. I always pop whenever somebody does it. Ricochet then goes for a Meteora, but Chuck is able to roll through into a single leg Boston Crab. Then Ricochet fights out of it, but Chuck hits him with the power bomb and then locks it, and then 2 count. Ricochet kicks out, flips it into another single leg Boston Crab. He's really attacking that knee of Ricochet's. Then Chuck goes for a moonsault. It was a pretty looking moonsault too. Yet again, I'm thrown off because it's not the Chuck Taylor I remember. But Ricochet reverses the moonsault and hits Chuck with the swinging DDT off the top rope into a standing shooting star press. Then Ricochet goes to the top rope, hits Chuck with a shooting star press off the top rope for a 2 count. Then Chuck hits Ricochet with an awful waffle, 2.9 kick out. Ricochet is able to get back on top, and then he gets to the top rope, hits Chuck with a 630. He gets the win. I gave this match a 7.5 out of 10. If they let it breathe a little bit more, I would have gave it a higher rating, but I like the hot spots in this match. At this time, I was still a huge Ricochet fan because this was before he started opening his mouth and making fun of disabled people on Twitter and being friends with Patrick Clark and being friends with Jason Rance.
By the way, if you didn't know, those two people are pedophiles. So let's throw that out there.
So, hey, yet again, I like this match. Chuck Taylor surprised me during this match because while I had gone back and watched some PWG stuff, I hadn't really been too familiar with Chuck Taylor prior to, Best Friends. So seeing him doing the stuff he was doing here was cool as well. So yeah,
of him having his mom drive him to the ring.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
I gave that 4.5. Oh, it's Trent's mom. There you go. It's Trent's mom.
Yeah, Trent's mom.
Susie. Yeah, I'm gonna give this 4.5. 4.5. What the hell's going on with your head, Ricochet?
Yeah, that was a crazy haircut, man.
For real. I gave it a creme brulee. It was good shit.
Yeah, you give at least one of those a show. I've noticed so far.
It's a good rating.
I mean, hey,
it's like a 4 out of 10.
I'm gonna tell you what. None of the 2013 shows were getting creme brulees.
No, they were not.
What you didn't
or
like
the
RBD
2005 Survivor Series.
Go ahead and start the next
Rio. Cheese.
Oh wait, did you just bring up Alberto Del Rio?
Oh yes, who recently got arrested for domestic violence for the 4th time.
Again.
Yep.
Andrew, get the ball.
Are you
what
watching?
Are you
the
watching
Reds?
now?
He's watching.
I'm watching the Reds game.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than what you were watching before.
Cheese, what'd you give this match?
I give it a B.
All right. Match 7 is Future Shock, which is Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Young Bucks for the PWG Tag Team Championship. Cheese, take it away.
The first thing they mentioned in this match is that the belts are hilariously big.
Do the thing. Do the Undisputed Era sign. Well, that too. But do the Undisputed Era thing with your hands. I want to see if you can. No. What the hell's that?
It's this.
I feel like you offended me somehow.
Dude, that's what it is.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
I know, it's just like I don't think you're doing it at an angle enough. You crossed your arms. They do it like a cross.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Don't do it like this.
I didn't say that either. You know what? I'll show you later when I can.
Fucking guy lying to me.
I'm not lying to you. I'm not.
This reminds me
Now
of
tell me about
our
Adam Cole,
beards and
baby.
balls conversation.
Well, when Chris comes back, we'll make him do it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So this is pre baby.
Yep.
And long hair, but they're all goddamn. They're all so fucking young in this match.
Oh,
It's fucking
by the way,
incredible.
Cheese, this was actually Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole's debut in PWG, believe it or not. This was their first match in PWG.
You know, I do believe that.
They have been exclusively.
It's good given how young they all look.
I miss him. I miss Adam Cole.
Oh, so good. So it starts off with O'Reilly and A. Jackson. To this day, I still have no idea who is who. Kyle O'Reilly hits the fastest of strikes, and then it comes Adam Cole. And they are just moving at an incredibly fast pace together. They then both lock in double submissions early. O'Reilly over the top rope, and Cole follows to take the Bucks down. O'Reilly gets caught by Matt Jackson with the super kick. We get a sliced bread on the apron and a frog splash. After a little while, the Bucks are on top. With Nick gets in the ring and hits an arm breaker. And then Adam Cole manages to tag in. Then tags out, and O'Reilly comes back in to do the quick hit tags. We get a double dragon screw, which is nice to see. We get a classic Kyle with his fast moves and a springboard splash. Kyle O'Reilly really is just really good. Yeah, he's just so much fun to watch. Hey, Kaufman, do the Undisputed Era logo with your hands.
Oh shit! How does it go again? It's boom.
Yeah, see? I fucking told you. I fucking told you, asshole.
But
Oh, you
it's
cross your
weird.
arms like that.
It's-
You don't cross your arms, you make a goddamn L.
No, it's mirrored on the thing, so like
I know,
did not
cheese.
know
Look,
that was holding it up cross style.
look, Kaufman. I'm not even yelling at you. I'm yelling at Cheeseman because he was doing it like he was crossing his arms, like he was doing it like that. I'm like, that's not how they did it.
No. It was like this. It was like this.
See,
Stupid.
why is it going the other way around? Yeah,
Fucking
see,
Cole
It's
fucking
mirrored
banged right now.
because of my camera settings.
yeah, that's a good point.
She's going.
It's why this is mirrored too. But
While
this
you were
is-
gone,
this is
while
written
you were
backwards.
gone, Kaufman, these two tried to gaslight me into believing that that's not how you did that thing.
No, it's like that.
See?
Yeah, I know.
I knew I was right. You know how confident I know because you know how many times our two creative characters came into Undisputed Era stuff? Too many times. All right,
Anyway.
Cheeseman, you continue.
Anyway, everybody gets getting super kicked. We have punches and buckle bombs, a jumping tombstone, brainbuster turns into a guillotine.
This is
So you
before
get-
super kick parties were like tired.
Yeah, this is
And they even overindulge in this match. Like they do it a little bit, but they don't overindulge.
Here's a preview. I don't care for the Young Bucks. That's all I'm gonna say.
we get a double guillotine, and O'Reilly will not let go, no matter how many kicks he takes. But then takes one super kick and a moonsault, and the Bucks retain the titles. And I give it a B+ match because these are just four fantastic workers.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good spots that you'll come to know and love from the Young Bucks in this that they will use in all of their matches from here on out. And they've been using them at this
It'll
point.
get bad because their knees are gonna get fried, and so then they're gonna stop using like a lot of them. So they're just gonna settle in on like 3 of them for like every match, and then you're just gonna see 80 million super kicks, and then like one Meltzer driver where one of them fucks their knee up, and then they're out for 6 months. So yeah, give me my opinions on current fucking Young Bucks.
Well, look, good match. Wait, did you already grade it, Cheeseman?
Yeah, he flew
I
through
give it a
that.
B.
Wow, that was fast. You gave it a C?
A B.
The
Oh,
B.
B. Okay.
There were
You guys can finish for
TNA
a second, I think.
chants. There were TNA chants There were TNA chants at one point in this match that immediately got booed. There's a cool
What year was it?
Matrix spot.
2011, yeah?
2011.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big boos.
Wait, who was
from
champion?
DJ.
Who was champion this at this point in TNA, Darrell?
Bobby?
Oh, is this Sting? Let's see.
Hold up, I got you.
I mean, by this point,
This
Abyss had
is
already been
around
given the ring by Hulk Hogan.
TNA.
This is around Sting and Hardy time.
So actually, Sting and Hardy was in 2009.
Oh, it was 09.
At this point, yeah, it was Bobby Roode and Kurt Angle were going back and forth for the title at this point. Because this is when Bobby got that main event push.
Yeah, which he deserved.
Bobby Roode, James Storm.
Yeah. At this point, Storm had it. He had just won it 4 days before, and it aired 2 days before this show. And then Bobby would win it 4 days after this show aired,
in Macon, Georgia.
Date,
This is when TNA had they were like, "Hey, we have all these really good singles wrestlers and who are also tag team wrestlers. Let's start pushing a few of them."
Yeah.
And then,
so Hulk leaves.
Oh wait, he set up in 09, right?
Yeah, Hulk leaves in 2011.
09, 10. Jesus, man, it's crazy how much damage they did in 2 years.
Yep, 3. I mean, if you want to count 08.
One of the Jacksons in this match does a double power bomb and then does a buckle bomb right after, and I'm like,
I think it was Nick.
What? You are too small to be doing that.
I'm gonna say this. This is a small, actually big issue that I had with the Young Bucks at this time, is that they were booked like they were fucking superheroes, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like some of these, like they were like fucking tanks.
Still don't get it. I'm sorry. I get why people like them, but it's not for me. And it has nothing to do with their in-ring work. Let's not do the whole flippy thing. I love that kind of wrestling. I just don't like them or their sideburns. I'm sorry. What can I say? I love Kenny Omega, by the way, so this isn't like Elite Club hating thing or anything like that.
If the Young Bucks were the size of, say, like Chronic, and they were two Bryan Adams and Brian Clark looking guys out here, now sign me up for that tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if they were Bryan Adams and Brian Clark and doing the same moves, brother, that's 2 world champions.
Yeah, I'm about to say they both would have been world champions. They would have fucking freebirded the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, no, they were gonna be that would have been like straight up Ring of Honor world champions.
Yeah. But I gave this match a 9 out of 10. Even though the Young Bucks, some of the no selling and the super kick thing, whatever, gets on my nerve, I really did like this match a lot. It was another one of those matches that didn't feel as long as it actually was. And to me, at this point in the card, it was the strongest match on the show. I mean, of course, you got the Young Bucks and Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly in the ring, so I mean that's to be expected. But yeah.
How long would you give it?
I also gave it a creme brulee, or I gave it a creme brulee too.
Lazy.
It was really good.
You gave it a creme brulee with a torch top.
Ooh.
Right? There you go. Just a little bit better than a regular one. I begrudgingly give this 4 stars. 4.5 stars.
All right, Kaufman, the main event.
All right, the whole reason we chose to watch this, Generico and Steen, it is the ladder war. I believe it said this was their 3rd match or singles match at this point in their rivalry. And let's see, Steen walks in as the champion. Generico lost it to Steen not too long before this match. And this incredibly personal rivalry is now being strung up to some sort of grate that's on the ceiling and visualized in the form of the PWG Championship. And here we go. It's Generico, it's Steen, it's probably the best rivalry on the indies like at this point, like during this stretch, like Generico Steen at this point is popping off anywhere they go, anywhere they fight, whether they're fighting as a team or against each other. Um, they're just running the independent scene, and they go on to run the WWE. Like they're both, uh, you know, top talent. Kevin Owens, of course, world champion.
Who gets
Sami Zayn
picked
won a
first?
bunch of champions.
Who gets signed
But
first?
Sammy gets signed first, actually, and he goes to NXT and is there for like a year or so before Owens gets signed. And it was kind of a shock because a lot of people thought, I remember a lot of people, because like I started tuning into NXT right before Steen came in. And I remember a lot of people saying like Steen should have already been here before Generico. But like, they had questions about Steen's look. They had questions on whether he could cut a promo. Those were erased like his first day there though, in the Performance Center. Like he's had interviews about this before, and he's talked about it. But here we go. It is El Generico and Kevin Steen in a ladder war. Kill Steen, kill Chance, and Ole, 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 Ole start us out. Let's see here. They start out with a bunch of like just lines, like a few clotheslines from Generico. Three of them that eventually knocks down Steen. And then Generico, let's see, puts Steen on the top rope and over to the outside. The crowd is like fervorous at this point. You can tell they've been waiting for this. It's like they're like humming, like they've got this hum to them and they're hanging on every move. And you see it and how excited they get when Generico pulls out the first ladder. He pulls it out pretty early in the match. This allows Steen to regain the control, and they're punching in that little narrow space in between the ring and the fans that we were talking about earlier. Like they're really telling people to get out of the way. At one point, KO even like some dude tries to hand KO a chair and he shoves it out of the way.
Real quick, Kaufman, you mentioned it a little while ago how the crowd was like, they were like at a fever pitch. This we haven't talked about it. This show did a wonderful job building that up. Like the way that they arranged this card was really, really smart. Because by the time you got to the main event, you'd gotten a bunch of good wrestling matches. Nothing had overstayed its welcome, and you were just ready. You were ready for the blow off. Good goddamn job, guys.
There was enough different in each of the matches to like not wear you down.
Yeah.
Was this the first? They said that this was the first ladder match for the title.
I think I think they said it was the second one in PWG.
Okay. Okay.
And I forget which one they said was the first, but I believe they said it was the second one.
Okay.
But yeah, Generico gets a wrist lock in on Kevin and goes for the tornado DDT, but Steen reverses it into a backbreaker and then screams at the crowd. Crowd starts chanting for Mr. Wrestling, and he picks up, because that's the nickname Steen was going by at that point. He picks the ladder back up and hits Generico in the knee with it, and then in the back, and then goes, "You son of a bitch," and Generico steals the ladder from him, catches him in the gut, and then in the back as well, and then hits him right in the face. Then
Kevin Owens' tummy. Did you notice, like, it's so weird seeing him now because he's so slim compared to this guy, but also, the way that he moves is crazy for like how big he is. I aspire to get as fat as he is someday. As that version of Kevin Owens.
It's like none of that weight is there.
No, it's like it's there, but it's like marshmallow fluff, It's soft. It's light.
It's like a cloud.
Yes. Oh, Kevin Owens. I mean, you know what? He probably is cuddly like a cloud. I miss him. All right.
He'll need to be in this match. Let's see. Generico then hits circle and throws the ladder at Steen. And Generico then picks up a blue ladder, which is a taller one, from underneath the ring. And this allows Steen some time to chop Generico and get his attention away from the ladder. The ladder falls and props itself up against the rope. And then Steen sends Generico off the rope and back body drops him through the ladder. They waste no time. Like, I thought it was just there randomly. Turns out it was leaning there for a spot. I don't know if they turned it into a spot or it was always meant to be, but it was really cool. Like, they just, you know what? The ladder's there. I'm going to use it.
And it exploded. The ladder fully exploded.
These are normal ladders too. It's not the WWE wood ladders that are painted silver.
It is
normal
fiberglass
ladders they got from Lowe's.
Didn't they talk about where they got them? I think they went into a whole thing. Yeah, during the actual commentary, they were like, "Yeah, those bitches are expensive."
We get holy shit chants, and Steen is just sitting in the corner. He's like in a trance state, just admiring his work.
Dissociated Kevin Owens is the best Kevin Owens.
And he's fully out of it here. He kicks Generico in the back a few times really hard and then drops a knee on like the small of his spine. And then he gets in on the ladder throwing action and throws one at Generico's back. And then we start getting the "you sick fuck" chants that you mentioned earlier in the crowd.
Yes.
Then Steen starts biting Generico's fingers in the corner. And let's see. There's a ladder set up in the corner, and Kevin just launches Generico into it. Then he bites Generico in the back, taunts, and he's just like nonchalantly holding a ladder near the corner. He's just kind of walking around going to set up the next spot. And as he turns around, Generico haluva kicks him right through the ladder. Steen manages to like maintain control though, even through the haluva kick. He hits a jawbreaker, lung blower. Excalibur couldn't decide which it was with the ladder. This is when they mentioned that the ladders came from Lowe's, and Steen tries to climb up one of the ladders, but it's the one that's already broken. So like it gives away under his weight, and then Generico hits him with a Michinoku driver.
God,
that shit when
was
he starts
was that the driver
ladder,
on the ladder that he did that you're talking about there?
Not yet. I'm talking about when he walks up. He tries to climb up the ladder, and it just buckles under his weight and gives out. I don't know how nobody got fucked up there.
You could say that about this entire match.
That's true. He sets up Steen for a haluva kick, but Kevin cuts it off with a super kick. Generico. This is when he hits the Michinoku driver onto the sideways ladder. And I hate that spot. I hate that spot every time they've done it. From the first time I saw it in one of these matches all the way to the most recent time they've done it. I hate it every time.
Oof. There was a lot of that where I kept rubbing the back of my own neck thinking about it while watching this match. They really like to almost break each other's necks.
This is the spot where Kevin did it, and it's like 15 years before that happened.
By the way, I was doing that math earlier. This is did we talk about that? 15 years have gone by since this show.
Yep.
It'll be 15 in October.
That's why most of these guys don't have body parts left.
Yep.
No, for real, because of the shit they were doing back here in front of 600 people. Let's see. Sammy then picks up the broken ladder, Steen picks up the broken ladder and hits Generico with it as Generico's trying to climb up to get the belt. Then he half and half suplexes Steen onto the broken ladder. Generico does. Then Generico does his slow climb up, and the ladder looks like it's about to give away again. And the camera pans up so you can see the belt. It's kind of funny. Steen is able to get up and pushes the ladder over, and the ladder bends in half as it's falling, and Generico, bounces his head off the top rope or his neck. Or
for expensive ladders, they really buckled fast.
Yeah, they did put over how expensive they were, and the
Yeah,
load that
these are made
is
of
not that high.
fiberglass. This is just like, it looks like it's made of aluminum, my man.
Mhm.
Aluminium.
Like they're so busted up at this point. Steen has to ask the fans to get another ladder out from underneath the ring. It's so fun, and they do. It's awesome. Like 3 of them all jump in to try to like clear space and like get enough room for another ladder to get out. It's funny. It's another blue one, so you know it's longer. He goes to climb it, but Generico is like climbing up the top rope behind him, so he turns around and sees him and gets down from the ladder, and knocks him down. He then grabs the green ladder that was sitting between the ropes, or he props it between the ropes, like angled, beneath the middle rope, and then he walks over to the ladder in the middle of the ring to try to climb up and get the belt. And then he just eats a power bomb through the ladder that he set up in the corner, and he hits like the back of his head. It is gross.
Fuck, man, this shit
Again, I'm surprised these guys were not bleeding from those parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Generico tries to climb up the wrong side of the ladder because these aren't WWE ladders like we established. These are regular ladders, so the other side is not a side. It's not, you're not supposed to climb up it. And he's just trying to it's it's funny because let's see. Steen starts to climb up on the other side, and let's see. He let's see, I'm mixing up where I'm at in the show here.
Real quick, while you're finding your spot, I do want to bring up there is nothing like ladders at an indie show.
Mm-hmm.
Because those things are always ready to fall apart. It makes me think of the time that you sent me videos and pictures from that War Games match you went to in Georgia, where everything looked like it was just about to fall apart.
Yeah, I went to a match that was I don't know, it was like a War Games type match, but it was one ring, and they just had like a steel, I mean, not a steel, they had a regular fence around the ring, like that was just a little taller. And it was held together by like zip ties and like the thinnest of things. And these guys were not small. They weren't tall, but they weren't small.
Oh, they were hosses.
They were all hosses, and they were climbing over this shit as if, like, I don't know how anybody didn't fall off of that. I don't know how it didn't bust. It was a great time. That was a good time. Thank you for I forgot about that show.
Oh, I've never forgotten about that. I still have the images of that shitty excuse for a War Games cage.
That was a good time. Talk about that. There were like 30 people there, if that. To go watch, like $5 a ticket. Oh, I miss stuff like that though. Let's see. This is when Generico exploder suplex Steen into the corner with the ladder that's like laying on the mat, so he hits his head on the ladder on the mat. Steen does, and then Steen does an apron power bomb onto the outside, and a fan high pitched screams "Holy shit!" twice. Generico leaps over a ladder bridge on the outside. They somehow managed to do that in the PWG arena for a tornado DDT. Excalibur at this point says Generico is beaten to shit, which is a great analogy because you see a shot of his back at some point around this time in the match, and his back's all like cut up from the amount of times he's landed on these ladders. Let's see. Chuck Taylor, who's on the call too, goes, "How the fuck is Steen even alive?" Because Steen has gotten up at this point and throws a ladder as Generico is close to grabbing the belt at the top. He then grabs another ladder, hits Generico in it with the chest, and then sets it on the ropes because that one that he set at an angle earlier is still there. So he props another one up like perpendicular to it. I think that's the word I'm looking for, where he like splits it down the middle, making like a T or an X type of thing. And Generico then goes up to the top in the other corner away from that and goes for the superplex, but Steen counters it into the brainbuster, and Generico's body falls so awkwardly. Like, I know he's fine and still wrestling today, but I thought I saw a man die. Well, maybe we did, because we haven't seen Generico in a while. Forgot about that. But
this man was about to break
no biters. Okay, all right.
You were about to break kayfabe. Look at you.
I was about to break kayfabe. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Generico. Have fun in Tijuana.
Still real to me, damn it.
And it's at this point when the Young Bucks come out because, you know, the Young Bucks have to make everything about themselves. They start hitting Steen with chairs.
I'm sorry.
Darrell's ready.
Why? I'm not gonna spoil my rating, but it legit dragged my rating down because that did not need to happen, like, at all. Why? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck.
This is some TNA overbooking right here. I would say WWE, but no, this is TNA overbooking.
No, just Darrell, I'm with you on the rating thing. You'll see.
They're like hitting Steen's leg, and they fuck up his thumb too, because Steen's like grabbing his knee because that's what they've been hitting, but his hand was still there when one of the Bucks hit his knee with the chair, so it smashed Steen's thumb. They throw a chair at him.
Here, like Kevin Owens really likes to go after the digits.
Yes, he does. Then Generico tries to climb up the wrong side of the ladder again, and Steen goes up the right side. And they're fighting on top of the ladder, and this is funny because the camera's like angled far, like down, so it looks like they're really high up there, but they're really only 2 or 3 rungs above because it's not really that tall of a ladder. It's like a regular size ladder. But let's see. Generico headbutts Steen and sets up for a flip into the set of ladders in the corner. He does it. He hits the sunset flip, and I thought KO died again. And Generico climbs to the top, pulls the belt down, and ends up pulling the vent that it's hooked to down too. That thing was fragile, and he holds both of them up as the fans are throwing streamers, and Generico is the new champ.
Which I think we mention that he was already champ before. This isn't the first time. Okay, cool.
I brought it up.
Then the Young Bucks come out at the end because it still has to be about the Young Bucks. They challenge Steen to guerrilla warfare, but he has no partner. Lights go out, and motherfucking Super Dragon is here. He said, "This bitch got a partner now, and it's me."
Yeah.
So they set up for the next big show.
I mean, that was cool, though. I just didn't. Yeah. What?
I saw the lights go out, and I knew it wasn't going to be Sabu, but we watched ECW too recently. I thought it was going to be Sabu.
It was going to be Undertaker.
Don't.
It was going to be Undertaker and Wayne Johnson.
If Undertaker
I gave the match.
Up,
I gave the match Brown Sugar Shake and Espresso with sugar-free almond milk.
I was about to Dave Meltzer things and break my own rating system for this by going higher than a 5, but I will not go higher than a 5 because of the Young Bucks. That it just gets a 5. It gets 5. It gets 5. No, he's not dead. It gets 5. Generico's happy, and where was he, in Puerto Rico or Tijuana? There you go.
Yeah. Jeez.
I'll give it a B.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. Like, it would have got a 10 if it wasn't for the Bucks.
Like, what does get an A? Now I'm curious.
The Willie Mack match got an A.
Yeah, Willie Mack got an A from him.
I gotta like you.
So wait, who
I'd
didn't you
love to see you
like?
guys in this match, but you guys are right. Why are the Young Bucks
Okay,
here?
you know what? That's fair. That was all I needed to hear to fully accept your justification. That's right. There was only one A match on there, Cheeseman. You're right.
Um. Show grades. Chris, since you picked it, I'll let you go first.
I gave it a mocha frappuccino. Shit was sweet as fuck. I'm gonna need a little bit before I get another one of these though.
I know.
Instant
I can
happiness.
tell Chris is getting tired of these damn coffee rates.
I just
Yeah,
want
you
to say
look
a
really
number
done.
and y'all understand what it means. I thought this would be like a little fun thing, and now I'm like, God damn, I just want to say 3 and get it over with.
Is it because every time you do these, I have to ask you, what the hell is that?
Well, it's not just that. I have to ask myself, what the hell is this match like in terms of coffee? Like,
Also, you have to think to you start having to ask yourself, how many types of coffee have I drank, and how many of them have been good?
I
Also,
just
Good.
and like there's like what does with oat milk versus with almond milk mean? Like, like,
You know what?
like
It
what
is
does
the
it mean?
difference between a chalky experience and a non-chalky experience.
And the original point of this whole experiment was because like it doesn't fucking matter. Like it doesn't matter
No,
if what rating I give it. But now I'm like, damn, if it doesn't matter, why am I saying
does matter.
anything?
It does matter.
uh,
Which is why
I
next week I'm gonna go back to a number rating.
Oh God.
yeah, it'll be your first number rating of April. Or you could do what I said, where you do a different thing every week. It doesn't even have to be food, Kaufman. It could be anything.
it could be like old
Like
video
like
games.
you know what? No, it can be like this. It can be, I give this what's your favorite football uniform of all time? You know what I mean? Like you rank by
Oh,
good ones.
oh,
I give this a Chargers powder blue, you know?
I blind power rank them as we go through the show.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do
um,
that.
Cheese, what's your
Yeah, Darrell.
Oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Anthony.
geez,
My
go.
bad.
I'll give it
I
a
was
C
gonna see
plus.
which one of you goes.
Hmm.
What? Yeah, you know what? That's fair, actually.
You
Would you
say
give it,
C
Cheese?
plus?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cheese.
Anthony.
What was the question?
Oh, what'd you
You
give the
say C
show?
plus?
Yeah, C plus.
Okay.
Boom.
I can understand why, though. I
Mr.
mean, we
Flores.
had to remove one whole match.
Well, we're just gonna act like that didn't happen.
Also, too much Young Bucks. I can handle some, but not too much.
Fair. Beyond fair.
That's also fair. Darrell?
I gave this show a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. If it didn't have the Young Bucks interference at the end, the show probably would have got like an 8.5, but that took a whole point away just from the show in general. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna give this a 4.25 star. Not star. Well, let me think. I had one match that was 5. I had at least 2 that were 4.25. I'm gonna give this 4.5. No, I don't have. I can go by weird fractions, right? I give this 2.33. Possibly broken necks.
All right.
There you have it.
Before we hop off, it is my turn to pick the show. And I made a comment earlier about when Kevin
Yes.
Owens was saying that you could tell Candace Owens. I mean, not Candace
Vagina.
Owens. Jesus Christ. Tell Candace.
Ooh, that's a slip up of a lifetime there, brother.
You could tell Candace apart from everybody else because she has a vagina. But, basically, Anthony had alluded to the fact that we hadn't had many women's matches that we
Yep.
reviewed so far on the show. And that is a great point. And I've been thinking about that for the last couple of weeks. And so I said to myself, why don't we go to the greatest period of women's wrestling of all time? And no, not the women's wrestling that Stephanie McMahon created, but All Japan Women's Wrestling, 1993, Dream Slam 1. Now,
Yeah.
Dream Slam 1 is
I'm
a 5-hour pay-per-view, so we are not doing the whole pay-per-view. There is a specific run of matches that we'll be doing. I will put the link in the Discord for us. not for the fans, of course. But it comes in a 3-disc set. Disc 3 has a certain run of matches. These are Dave Meltzer certified, and you know Dave Meltzer is iffy on women's wrestling. So if he loves these matches, then they got to be fucking good.
Which is like my main beef with Dave Meltzer, by the way.
Yeah. We got some Aja Kong action, some Bull Nakano action.
Do we have ourselves some Minami Toyota?
Yeah, Minami Toyota.
Yeah.
I can't never pronounce their last name. Is it Inoue? I can't never pronounce their last name.
Inoue?
I think so. But these are I think like 5. I think it's either 5 or 6 matches that are on this card. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on this card, and they're like just not even Dave Meltzer, but a lot of people regard this as like the best pay-per-view from this company of all time. Is this one and 2 other ones, so I decided to go with this one because the matches looked a lot more entertaining to me. So we'll break down what
we'll figure
matches
this
we're
out
gonna
later
take after the fact, but the show we will be reviewing next week will be AJW Dream Slam 1 from April the 2nd, 1993, which is perfect because it was an April show. So,
hey, by the way, Darrell, list the matches that will be covered so that if somebody is going to watch this beforehand, they don't have to watch 5 hours and guess which matches we're going to go through.
It will be the last 5 matches on the card, so it is
perfect.
See, this is gonna mess me up because I don't know how to pronounce some of these women's
names.
No,
that's okay. All you needed to say is the last 5. We don't need to go into further detail.
Yeah. It's 3 tag matches and then there's 2 single matches at the end of the
show. Now we have the test. Now because Darrell didn't say it now, he has a whole week to get ready to pronounce
I'm gonna
it
get these pronunciations right for sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah. No, I know you are, but we'll test you. We'll test you.
But yeah. With that being said, thank y'all for watching the show. For Chris, Cheese, Anthony, Darrell, signing off. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Like